Hey everybody, here with Reload at the First Alert 4 studio. Former Blue, former tough guy.
Yeah.
Reed, how you doing, buddy?
Good, buddy.
It's good to see you. Good to see you, and I appreciate you coming in here. And,
Yeah, man.
And
awesome.
talking through some things. How you doing?
I couldn't be better, man. Life has really treated me well. I'm pretty blessed.
I could tell your whole outfit's kind of
Yeah.
you're kind of pushing off this like idea that life is good.
Well, you know, I just wore a ball hat for so long that I figured I'd get into the fedora land.
What are we baking today, or cooking, or searing, or we're kind of doing these things with our good partner at Schnucks, and I don't know, you wanted to come in, I wanted you to come in.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, how do I get this bod? How do I get that bod? I feel like I need to I need to pump it up to be alongside you a little bit, but how does someone achieve a fighter's body like this? What are you eating?
Lots of protein, so I thought steak. What better way to do that? You know, when I was growing up in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, everything happened on the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
But in the last several years, I've kind of learned how to do them a little bit differently. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to come in and show Joey how we cook steaks in Arnold, Missouri. First off, I hit the Arnold Schnucks.
Okay.
Every time. They've got an amazing meat counter in the back. I'm there. And I always buy my steaks fresh. Like, I would never buy steaks and then put them in the freezer. Like, that's just not how we do it.
Now, are you a, hey, Butcher Joe or Butcher Jim or?
So, you know, we've become friends a little bit, but, like, we're not hanging out enough.
Okay. Your acquaintances, your friends.
Yeah, I've become friends with the butchers. That's
But
really
after
cool.
we talk meat, we just go our separate ways. Okay, got it. All right.
Always want to get your steaks, you know, at least an inch thick, for me anyways.
Okay.
You know, my strips anywhere from 14 ounces. My ribeyes, I like those to be somewhere in the 16 ounces. But yeah, let them sit out. Main thing you want to do is you want to bring them to room temperature.
Okay.
So typically they're going to be sitting in some level of coolant at Schnucks in their meat little holder that they have there.
With your buddy, your bestie.
And so we want to let them sit out. So as soon as I get home, typically I get home, you know, after picking the kids up from school and stuff, and I just open them up, I just lay them out in the corner, and you'll see that you can see when they start to get to that room temperature that you want.
Okay.
We don't have to do a lot to these. I'm a big fan of the reverse sear. So basically,
Like, is it like a reverse hit?
it's like a reverse hit.
Been reverse hit.
Reverse
a
hit,
couple
reverse
times.
sear, and it's better. Get some olive oil on these things.
Okay. And then what type of seasoning are we using here?
So I just use a little salt and pepper.
That's it. Okay.
But the one seasoning that's very important is the Greek seasoning over there.
Greek.
So it's just it's the Cavenders. They sell it at Schnucks in the spice aisle. And we'll go on there first. Doesn't have to be a lot, but doesn't have to be hardly any either. And I'm a messy guy, so we get the brim out after we're done.
Yeah.
So then we just this nice light seasoning like that over top of it all. Get it all nice. And
So this too?
Not quite yet.
quite yet?
We need that one next.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, a little bit more.
A little more?
A little more.
Okay.
Don't
So
be shy.
We're just eyeballing this thing.
Hey, we just until it feels good, right? Yeah.
It's all here. How's that? How's my ratio
Perfect.
there?
Like
Reed?
it's just beautiful.
You're not gonna beat me up, are you?
No, I wouldn't
Screw
do that. I'm a goal scorer now, Joey.
Yeah,
You know
that's
this.
right.
I'm a goal
No,
scorer.
you're a steak maker.
I'm a steak maker. I'm
they
a
call
wannabe chef. The most important thing after is we have our cookie sheet, and we want to put a cookie rack on top of it, because
Okay.
we don't want that steak to touch the bottom of this. We want that steak to be elevated up. So we have the cookie sheet and the cookie rack.
You want circulated heat.
Yep.
Okay, so right now we don't have that, but if
We're
you got a
gonna
rack,
put that on
throw it
there yet. We don't have the rack in there, so we're
Okay.
gonna put that on like that.
Okay.
All right, so oven set for 250. Walk this bad boy over here. Lay them in there. Let them sit for about 12 minutes in there. And then we'll flip them over, another 12 minutes, and then we'll sear the heck out of those bad boys.
12, flip, 12, bring them out.
Yep.
Next step.
People talk to me all the time about what I miss most about my hockey days playing in the NHL, and I tell them all the time, pregame meal on the road.
Why?
Just because we were very fortunate to be in some really nice hotels that cooked really nice food.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the first time I walked in on the road, and I never got called up and down. So like when I was in the minors the first 3 years, I was down. So my first season in the NHL was my first time ever walking into a pregame meal. And there is steak and chicken and two different types of pastas and a huge vat of Haagen-Dazs ice cream at the end of the thing. And I'm walking in there going like, this is a feast for a lifetime. You literally had to roll me to the elevator to get me upstairs and get me into my hotel room. But yeah, pregame meals on the road were the greatest.
Well, it worked out pretty well for you. How many years in the league?
6 in the NHL and 4 in the minors.
And how many fights, you know?
I think my NHL is like 110.
110 fights.
In 256 games.
And you're still on 2 feet.
I'm still on 2 feet. My hands are a little sore.
Let me see his hands. Look at these big mitts. Actually got pretty small hands for a big guy. don't beat me up. Come on. Come on. All right, let's go figure out these steaks. They're ready. Let's go do it. So they don't necessarily look like they're
These you can see, they're still completely raw. And when we get them from there another 12 minutes, they're not going to be, they're going to come out and they're going to be like, you're going to be like, man, these things are still raw. But again, all we're trying to do, we're not trying to get anything done to the outside. You might eventually see like a little bit of a browning that comes to it, but the whole idea is just get that steak temperature up so that we can get that sear done.
Love it.
Typically I'd use an oven mitt, but I'm going to get crazy today and just use a towel.
Nice. So yeah, we're not looking at a steak. I wouldn't say those steaks are done.
They're not done.
They're not done.
They're not done.
Okay.
Let's get a little hotter.
She's pretty hot.
Oh, she's really hot.
Piping, eh?
All right, so we're gonna just put a little bit of olive oil in here. Typically, if I was at my house, whenever I make bacon, I keep the bacon fat. And I put the bacon grease in there.
That's how you get that body.
Bacon grease, baby.
Bacon grease.
So we're just gonna coat the pan. That's smoking a little bit right now, which is no big deal because we've got this guy on.
Let's get this hood on. Let's be safety first here.
We don't need no fire alarms going off.
All right, fan is cooking. We are good.
Okay.
So we're not putting the butter in just yet.
Not yet, no. You hear that sizzle, right?
That's that sound. It's the sound of love there, eh, Reed?
Give these guys a really good sear for about a minute and a half.
Okay.
Again, it all depends on what your thickness is. You know, these things are about a little bit more than a half an inch. So we're good to let these things sear up for about a minute, 30 seconds. And then once they get done, we're gonna flip them. And then we're gonna take some butter and we're just gonna put some butter around it. And that butter will start to coat the outside of it.
Okay.
And then what happens is we flip them again the next time. And then we'll baste that butter on top a little bit.
Okay.
And let that butter get there.
So if I'm coming to your house, you're having like a guest over, you're making these.
Oh yeah.
This is your thing.
I got a few recipes. I like to cook a lot.
You like to cook. Okay.
And a lot of people really enjoy it. But I always tell people I don't really feel like I'm a good cook. I just cook with love.
Just cook with love. And you got a lot of that.
I got a lot of love. So I just want to I want this steak to be so good that they walk away and go, man, I've never had a better steak than that.
That Reed's a good guy, but he cooks a good steak.
He cooks a good steak.
So I've never seen this done this way before. So I've always gone sear, and then finish in the oven if it needs to. That's what's crazy about all this. So now we're coming in with the butter.
Now we're coming in with the
Because
butter.
if you add the butter too soon, then it can burn, right?
Well, it can burn, but if we put the butter in too soon, you're not going to get that sear. It's the oil in the pan that give it that sear, and the butter's going to come in for the flavor after.
Man, you know what you're doing. You're not just making this up.
So let that butter melt down a little bit. Get those sears going. I just push those back a little bit.
Yeah?
Just take that.
You're gonna go right on top.
That butter and put it right on top of it.
Oh boy. We call that liquid love. I just want to take a bath in that. Don't you?
So good.
Not really. You're like, no, that's kind of weird.
Let's let them sear up a little bit more.
So if you were gonna make this with a side, you're making what?
I have a really, really solid twice-baked potato that I make.
Oh, nice.
So I'll get the potatoes cut, carve them all out, do all that. Go in, butter, sour cream, cream cheese, regular cheddar cheese. Have you ever heard of Danos?
No.
Danos sold at Schnucks. You gotta try it. It's the greatest seasoning ever.
Come on.
Yeah, it's so good. And go on Instagram and follow him.
Yeah.
He does this kind of stuff and he's hilarious.
Come on.
Yep.
Dano. So we're gonna baste it like that.
Yep.
We're just coming over top with it.
Yeah.
We're getting into that liquid bath, huh?
Liquid bath. And it's just soaking it in there.
Oh, buddy.
So I just come back over the top here.
Man, you're not scared. Okay.
Pour that stuff right over top. Let those bad boys rest. Turn that thing off.
There you go.
Over there.
So we're not gonna be going to the cholesterol doctor anytime soon after one of these things.
This is as healthy as you can get. There's no cholesterol issues here at all.
There is nothing bad about this steak.
Nothing.
At all. Good.
Butter and olive oil. Away we go.
Gristle fat. I noticed you didn't trim me the fat off either.
No, the
All right.
fat's the best part.
That is the best. Fat's flavor, man. Mind if I do?
I do.
Ooh, Bubba. That's fucking really good.
And Schnucks meat's amazing.
Oh, no.
Like, that's where I buy all my steaks.
When you're having a beer with your butcher buddy tonight, make sure you tell him thank you.
I will, yeah, definitely. He's probably gonna see it on TV and then he's gonna really know who I am.
Yeah, good.
He probably just thinks I'm just some big guy that walks in there every day and buys steaks.
Man alive. Well, I can see where you got the body. Those are fantastic. Reed, thanks so much.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun, brother. Appreciate it. Good friends at Schnucks and good friends at First Alert Channel 4. Thank you for everything, and this has been fun. Dishing it with Joe with Reload the Tough Guy. Appreciate you.
Thank you.